Chief Justice, I declare that all the Honorable Judges have assembled. May I request, my Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice, to deliver your Lordship's speech.
Esteemed sister and brother judges, Shri S. Sri Ram Learned Advocate General, Shri K. Janakirami Reddy, President AP High Court Advocates Association, Shri P. Sudhakar Reddy, Additional Advocate General, Shri Y. Nagi Reddy, Public Prosecutor, law officers, learned senior advocates and members of the bar, officers of the registry, family members of late Honorable Shri Justice Ansari and late Honorable Shri Justice Kote. Ladies and gentlemen, we have assembled to mourn the sad demise of Honorable Shri Justice M.H.S. Ansari and Honorable Shri Justice B.S. Kote, former judges of the erstwhile High Court of Andhra Pradesh, who left for their heavenly abode on 3rd of December 2023 and 31st of January 24, respectively. Justice Ansari was born on 20th of March 1943, obtained his law degree from Osmania University in 1965, and was enrolled as an advocate in January 1966. He specialized in civil, company law, and taxation matters. In 1995, Justice Ansari was elevated as Judge of the High Court of Andhra Pradesh and was transferred as Judge of Calcutta High Court in 1997. His Lordship was thereafter transferred back to the Andhra Pradesh High Court and continued as such till his superannuation in the year 2005. From the year 2006 to 2009, he served as Chairman, Intellectual Property Appellate Board of India at Chennai. He was fond of cricket, reading, watching films, and loved spending time with his family. Justice Ansari is survived by his wife, Mateen Ansari, son Mohsin Ansari, and daughters Yasmin and Samin. Mrs. Ansari is a co-founder of an organization called Dobara, which caters to the physical, mental, emotional, and social well-being of senior citizens. Mr. Mohsin Ansari is working as an investment manager, whereas Yasmin is working as a doctor, and Samin as an entrepreneur. Justice B.S. Kote was born on 7th of October 1937 at Shahpur village in Gulbarga district in the state of Karnataka. He completed MA in philosophy from Karnataka University, Dharwad in the year 1961 and subsequently LLM, in which he secured the first position in the Karnataka University in the year 1965. He was enrolled as an advocate in the year 1965 at Raichur and shifted practice to the High Court of Karnataka at Bangalore in 1968. He was elevated as a judge of the High Court of Karnataka on 25th of February 1994 and on transfer joined as a judge of the High Court of Andhra Pradesh on 21st of March 1994 and continued as such till his retirement on 7th of October 99. Post-retirement, he was appointed as Vice Chairman, Central Administrative Tribunal, Rajasthan, where he served from the year 2000 to 2003. Justice Kote loved music and was also conferred with a doctoral degree in Indian philosophy of Nada and its vocal applications. Justice Kote is survived by daughter Shashikala and sons Praveen and Prasanna. Elder son Praveen is currently practicing as an advocate in the High Court of Karnataka at Bangalore. Younger son Prasanna is an IT professional. Although I had no occasion to meet Justice Ansari and Justice Kote as judges of the High Court of Andhra Pradesh, I am told about their refined qualities and their courteous nature. I am informed that both of them were loved and respected by not only their colleague judges but also by the members of the bar on account of their amiable and affable disposition. The untimely demise of Justice Ansari and Justice Kote has created a void not only for the members of their families but also to the entire legal fraternity. It is indeed a void which cannot be filled. Justice Ansari and Justice Kote will always be remembered not only for their contribution to the development of law, which shall continue to guide the legal fraternity in future, but also for their innate goodness and humility. I, on behalf of my sister and brother judges, convey deepest condolences to the family members of Justice Ansari and Justice Kote. We pay our respectful homage and pray to the Almighty to bestow eternal peace to their souls and give strength to their family members to cope up with the irreparable loss.
With the permission of my Lord, the Honorable the Chief Justice, I request the Land Advocate General to speak on behalf of legal fraternity.
Lords, the Honorable Chief Justice, the Honorable Judges, President Bar Association, Chairman Bar Council, Public Prosecutor, Senior Counsel, Law Officers, Officers of the Registry, family members of Justice Ansari and Justice Kote, and the lawyer community. Justice Ansari was one of the first batches of the judges who had been sworn in soon after my enrollment. And therefore, there was a lot of interest on what happens with the tradition and the procedures that follow with the joining of the new judges in the court. Soon after the swearing in of Justice Ansari, he was a part of the division bench with Chief Justice Mishra, and thereafter. After having been enrolled in 1992, we looked to, as first-generation lawyers, to the sagely figures or those social structures which nurture the young members of the bar. And for all those who have been part of the TV-watching lawyer generation of that time and who frequent the association, one unforgettable memory is of the sitting arrangement in the first table of the association, where Justice Ansari and the soon-to-be judge, Justice Sadatullah Hussaini, Mr. A. Pullareddy, Mrs. Prasanna Kumari, and Mr. Mallareddy would be seated together and would continue to be in conversation on one or the other issues. While being engaged in such discussions, they are watchful of how all the new entrants in the bar behave while being in the association. A cricket aficionado, as my Lord the Chief Justice pointed out. And Justice Ansari was also one of the serious practitioners on the tax law. And he would be engaged in marathon sessions in tax bench hearings. And he would not miss an opportunity to share a vibe or a joke brought up in the true Nizami, Hyderabadi, Nawabi culture, and the tehzeeb of being a person that likes a few good things to life and a lighter moment, and at the same time imparting the necessary seriousness if a courtroom conversation or a debate in the courtroom or a conversation in the court hall were to turn out to be on the heated side. When we look around with times passing by, we miss the presence of such well-meaning, endearing, and lovable structures around us who inculcate a sense of belonging to youngsters who join the profession, who have to survive the vagaries of the profession and the challenges that they face. And truly, as my Lord the Chief Justice had pointed out, the void that is created by the passing away of these gentlemen, the thorough gentlemen that they are, and the non-fulfillment of that space for further coming generations to enjoy the camaraderie and the comfort and the sense of protection with the being of these people around them is really stark. And much of the younger generation is a loser on that account, because it is by reason of the indulgent hello or an understanding, sympathetic look when you have a rough day in court by these sagely people around, created a sense of belonging to many first-time lawyers first-generation lawyers at that point in time. Justice Ansari was truly Victorian in his diction. His communication skills in more than one language were completely impeccable and made for a wonderful learning opportunity when he was addressing either the bar or the bench at the same point in time. His judicial discourse while being part of the division benches clearly indicate that his first interest was, of course, the public law, and his pronouncements on what is promissory estoppel and how to construe exemption notifications from the taxing enactments are those which are being repeatedly cited 30, 40 years of the law being laid down. And it's a true testament to Justice M.H.S. Ansari that we all fondly recall his lordship's contributions to the bar and bench. And I convey on behalf of the law officers and the fraternity my heartfelt condolences to the surviving members of the family to survive that loss, and hope and pray that Almighty will find a way of replicating the human resource that Justice Ansari and his likes had represented while they moved on this planet. May God bless the departed soul, and I pray for fortitude of the surviving members of the family to cope up with that loss. Justice Kote was one among the quartet of judges who were transferred from Karnataka 2 years after my joining the bar. He was a part of the quartet that all of us first-generation lawyers remember of Justice Somashekara, Justice S.R. Nayak, Justice Hanumantappa. Justice B.S. Raikote, as my Lord the Chief Justice pointed out, is remembered for his walking through the corridors with his hands folded and kept on the chest as if to say namaskar to everybody that greeted the soul as he was passing through the corridor, and not a judge to have missed his expression. He would hear us until the time we say we have nothing else to offer, and after that his lordship would have questions, and the kind of audience he gave to all the young members of the bar and all those juniors or AGPs of the respective law officers is the reason why many of us continue in the profession, and we all fondly remember the contribution that they would make silently if they were part of the division bench, and equally silently when they were sitting single, to the quality of the dissemination of information while at the bar, prodding the counsel to move up a notch or two, while at the same time putting in place a few underperforming lawyers before the court. When we recall to our memory the lasting impressions these gentlemen have had on our lives, we sorely miss the absence of a few of his ilk around us, for the sheer reason that with the competitiveness of the profession being what it is today, a helping hand from a few of these well-meaning, humble, and endearing judges would go a long way in instilling confidence amongst all sections of the bar to excel in the profession. Mr. Praveen Raikote is here, incidentally, in the course of the reference before this honorable court. He is a practicing lawyer, and I'm sure a chip of the old block he would be seen as in the ramparts of the Karnataka High Court. While praying for the Sadgati of the soul that is departed, I convey my condolences to the surviving family members of the family of Justice B.S. Raikote and pray for fortitude of the family to cope up with this loss.
With the permission of my Lord, the Honorable the Chief Justice, I request the learned President of the AP High Court Advocates Association to speak on behalf of legal fraternity.
My Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice, the Honorable Judges of this Court, Land Advocate General, respected Chairman Bar Council, the Land Public Prosecutor, Land Deputy Solicitor General of India, Law Officers of State, Land Senior Advocates, colleague advocates, and friends. It is with a sense of grief on behalf of Andhra Pradesh High Court Advocates Association, I stand before this Honorable Full Court to condole the sad demise of former judges of United Andhra Pradesh High Court, Honorable Justice M.H. Ansari and also Justice B.S. Raikote. Honorable Justice M.H. Ansari was born on 20th March 1943 at Hyderabad. He obtained bachelor's degree in science from Nizam College in 1963 and completed law in the year 1965 from Usman University. Later enrolled as an advocate in the year 1966 and practiced in all branches of law. Particularly, he was holding a roaring practice in the branch of income tax and company laws. Honorable Justice M.H. Ansari was elevated as Judge of High Court of Andhra Pradesh on 20th May 1995. Later, he was transferred to Calcutta High Court in the year 1997. Honorable Justice M.H. Ansari was retired on 20th March 2005. His Lordship, as a judge, had delivered a number of landmark judgments. One among them is N. Anjaneyulu versus Government of Andhra Pradesh, in which His Lordship held that Section 17(5) of the Land Acquisition Act 1894 is no longer valid, being repugnant to the amendment brought by the Central Act 68 of 1994. It is also observed that while exercising urgency clause, the time frame for taking possession of the land need not be restricted for 3 months. During his tenure as judge of Hon'ble High Court, he was so cordial to the junior members of the bar particularly, and also other senior members also. The bewairment is not only to the family, but also to the entire legal fraternity. On this occasion, I, on behalf of the AP High Court Advocates Association, I pray Almighty for his soul to rest in peace. Justice B.S. Raikoti was born on 7th October 1937 at Shahapur village in Gulbarga district of Karnataka state. He obtained MA and LLM degrees from Karnataka University. Later, he was enrolled as an advocate in the year 1965 and joined as junior advocate in the office of Sri M. Nagappa, senior advocate at Raichur in the year 1966. Later, in 1968, his Lordship shifted his practice to the High Court of Karnataka in Bangalore and joined in the office of Sri M. Manohar Rao. He was holding a lot of civil practice. The Justice Roy Kote was elevated as Judge of High Court of Karnataka in the year 1994. Later, on transfer to the High Court of Andhra Pradesh in the year 1994 and retired on 7th October 1999. Thereafter, he was appointed as Vice Chairman, Central Administrative Tribunal, Rajasthan, for a period 2000 to 2003. Honorable Justice Roy Kote was so interested in pursuing his academics even after his retirement, and as a part of it, he obtained his PhD degree in the Indian philosophy of Nada and its vocal applications, that is after his retirement. Considering his unblemished career at Andhra Pradesh High Court, he was appointed as a one-man commission under Article 371J of the Constitution of India by the government of Andhra Pradesh before the state was reorganized. His Lordship, as a judge, had delivered a number of landmark judgments. One among them is in 3 cases versus Hyderabad Municipal Corporation, wherein my Lord, as a part of full bench, issued guidelines regarding the building deviations and demolitions. He held that the demolition should only occur and deviations when deviations pose public safety concern. If deviations deemed to be minor should not warrant demolition. The guidelines also outline procedural fairness, including restrictions on demolition during holidays and after and sunset, and providing notice and time for occupants to evacuate. These measures aim to ensure that the corporation's auctions are fair and reasonable. The Honorable Justice B.S. Raikote is blessed with 3 children, daughter Shashikala, elder son Praveen, who is a practicing advocate, and younger son Prasanna Raikote. The bewairment is not only to the family, but also to the entire legal fraternity. On this occasion, I, on behalf of the AP High Court Advocates Association, I pray Almighty for his soul to rest in peace.
With the permission of my Lord, the Honorable the Chief Justice, I request all to observe silence for 1 minute as a mark of respect to the departed souls. With the permission of my lord, the Honorable the Chief Justice, I request your lordship to announce that the court work for the remaining day is suspended.
Work shall remain suspended for the rest of the day.
రూఫ్ తగులుతుందేమో విజయ్, రోజు తర్వాత.
పెరగ కింద అవుతుంది.